Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of the Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder released twice a day. I say he's quite handsome and brilliant. Tease me, you see, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you could click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now going over to the business part of the podcast, you have Nvidia stock hitting the $3 trillion market cap mark recently, which is astronomical to say the least. Now, if you've never heard of them, you might be living under a rock or never touched a computer, but in all seriousness, unless you're building computers yourself or you're a PC gaming enthusiast, a lot of people don't realize how astronomical and monumentous Nvidia is. They are the world's industry best graphic card designer and chip designer on the planet. And yes, they also, they license it to companies that also make them for them, like Gigabyte. So if you build a PC like I did for the podcast, I actually ended up getting a Gigabyte graphics card. I think it was a 3080 Ti for the rendering of the videos. So it was designed by Nvidia, but then is manufactured by Gigabyte, and then also add the little cooling stuff and a couple bells and whistles. But they have hit pretty much every tech industry trend, bar none. They astronomically grew thanks to Bitcoin mining, because again, to mine Bitcoin, you need copious amounts of graphical cards and you have to set up all those rigs, which, spoiler alert, Nvidia was the choice for all those folks, or darn near all those folks. And now with AI, they are yet again the industry leader in that regard. Now, this is brought to us first thanks to the OG news, Yahoo News, which I was going to say, I'm not sure if you're of a certain age, you might have never even heard of Yahoo. They were the OG search engine back in the day, and a great example of timing is half everything in life and knowing when to sell. Microsoft offered to buy them out for like $40 billion. But they saw, no, we won't do that. Yeah, they ended up selling for like what, $4 billion, I think, to Verizon. Or was it Google trying to buy them out? At the end of the day, they made a terrible business decision, and now they're kind of just around for nostalgia. But nevertheless, I appreciate their articles, and it is still relevant information. Now, this is coming out thanks to Daniel Holloway. They note that Nvidia stock price opened last week at $1,240.09 per share, which I can't imagine over half a month's rent just on one share of stock, which, yeah, they better split that soon if they want, well, depending on how much they really want more investors to go out and buy it. Now, in terms of the stock performance, they say the stock is over 140% increase this year, 200% from last year. Nvidia shares have gained more than 3,300% in the past 5 years. That's insanely impressive. I can't think of trying to think of any other business that's grown so astronomically and so impressively in recent history. And granted, Amazon has been one of the most successful long-term companies' growths, and obviously for revenue and profit, and they also do multiple categories of success, not just their e-commerce platform, but their web services. Yeah, even them, I don't know if they can match it. Now, granted, it's also changing by the second, as all stocks do. But yeah, look at that. And the max, of course, is comical when you look at the max growth and just skyrocketed. Astronomical. Almost hitting 4,000% increase. And they're going to be getting more and more. There's a CEO and founder who, talk about the definition of winning. He is still obviously very active in the company. And yeah, Jensen, they are knocking it out of the park. And they just came out with their Blackwell chips. So they're basically coming out with chips dedicated solely to AI. So the earlier models, kind of like, not too different from a car model. Well, the earlier chip designs, they weren't specifically engineered for that use case. Now they are. Granted, they're not the only one. And there are starting to get competitors on the horizon. Granted, the only people that can possibly compete with them are the large tech companies. So, makes sense. You do have Microsoft, as well as Facebook, Meta, and even Google Cloud, or Google. They're going to start designing and manufacturing their own AI chipsets, which, again, will give Nvidia some competition, because right now, realistically, there's not too much competition for Nvidia, and if you want the best AI chips, you're going to go with that company. So they are coming out with, again, the stuff they're coming out is faster than ever before, more advanced than ever before, yet competition is slowly brewing. It'll be interesting to see, can they keep up this astronomical growth rate? Is AI going to be just another trend? I don't think so. It's already making big impacts, but what's going to be the next thing that propels them even more to the moon? And out of curiosity, have you ever heard of Nvidia yourself? Do you use them if you do build computers, or do you notice because again, some laptops you'll have little stickers from the factory that say what kind of they usually tell you what kind of CPU, they usually tell you, what kind of graphics card they have in the laptop. They may actually remember that little green and black logo. But as always, let me know in the comments. I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Again, trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you could click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leaving a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment is a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take the time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.